Scary Moments SocksStudios. Now, y'all told me react to SocksStudios. I never done it before, honestly, so this is our first time. So let's see what it's talking about, bro. Shout out SocksStudios. This is his scariest moments, I think. So let's check it out.
Telling the scariest moments of our lives. I think I speak for everyone that we all went through like a near-death experience. I'm going to be talking about something that still affects me today. It still haunts me. I still think about it.
I don't want you to trauma dump on our audience, bro.
I want you guys to also experience my trauma. So now I don't have to experience it alone. Now I'm going to traumatize all of you.
A lot of people be trauma bonding out here. I just thought I'd say that. Super quick. Yo.
No! So I was little Socks living with my parents. Things were not going the best that day. My mom was driving me home from tennis practice, and she was...
Tennis practice? Cody playing tennis casually?
Already upset with me. I played...
Smell like money.
recently, and I didn't win any of my matches.
So you suck.
I lost normally. I lost in the loser bracket. And the thing is, they require you to play at least 3 matches. So I lost, and they made a whole new bracket just for me, probably called the Losers. And I
oh, dang.
lost in that.
So you're a triple loser?
A triple loser.
So you suck.
That's what my mom was telling me. All the way driving me home from tennis
I'll tell you, I suck at a sport. I never want to play again, bro. I'm gonna be like, all right, mom, I'm sorry.
practice. She was
never do it again.
Ranting on why we spent so much money on me on tennis. If I wasn't even gonna win a match,
$9,472
in a tournament. As I was crying in my seat, I was
that's like $1 million to me, bro.
having a bad weekend.
Excuses.
That's what she was saying. You're acting like my mom, Tuxie. Are you sure you're not her?
I'm with your father right now.
Whoa,
How could you fail us?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not familiar with the crew, but it looked like this is like multiple people. It looked like 4 people is at least there.
As I was trying to explain myself, that just seemed to go through one ear and out the next. I just got scolded all the way home. My mom does this thing where like she scolds me for 5 minutes and then it's quiet and then she goes again in 5 minutes. We were making our way home. The car was making its way into the garage. I noticed something inside the car. A giant red ant. It was weird seeing ants inside the car. Like I see them outside all the time, but like inside the car, it's off-putting. It was just one ant. I dealt it with my finger.
You killed it?
Yeah, I killed it. Yeah, it was called.
Yeah, I would do the same. I gotta clean off my desk right now because I see an ant crawling
in the car. But as I was doing that, I felt something crawling over my arm.
No.
Ants. It wasn't just a couple. They were everywhere. All over the car seat, all over the windows. My mom was already inside because I was still crying in the car. So there were just ants all over the car. Turns out I had a Gatorade bottle. It was in my tennis bag that was outside. So probably when I was playing the matches, a bunch of ants got inside my
That makes sense.
tennis bag. And since the bag is in the car, all the ants had been released into the car.
And freedom.
In a panic.
Yeah, freedom is crazy. No, freedom is crazy. He said freedom.
Ants are everywhere, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. I'm just smacking the car everywhere. I'm freaking out. I'm hoping none to get under my shirt, or even worse, like my underwear.
Ants in my pants.
I think I took out probably the entire army, and I unbuckled my seat, and I ran out of the car. The thing is, I still have that thing where, like, if I feel bugs, I think about it all the time.
I get those when I'm laying in bed and I feel like my hair moves. And I'm like,
Yo,
oh,
they talking about it, and I feel like it's bugs on me, bruh.
I get that whenever I see one singular ant on the floor in my room and I kill it and I'm like, oh my god, I have creepy crawlers over me. Oh, I hate that.
I ended up taking off all my clothes, except for my underwear. My shirt came off, my pants came off, my socks came off.
So the socks
I
came
like how they slide the subscribe in there.
off. And that's
The
serious.
thing is, we're not even at the scary part. I'm like crying and I'm like mid-screaming. I'm like, there's ants in the car! And I'm like running out of the car and I run into the house. My
I
dad,
was just tell my parents, look, y'all gotta bomb the car. Matter of fact, burn the house down.
first to respond. He came to assist me. My mom probably went to go lay down, like she was done. I told him there were ants in the car. Went to the car, opened the door. Down, left, up, middle thing.
is he like a ninja or something? How does he do it so well?
He didn't find anything. He didn't find a single ant.
What?
The thing
Yeah, my boy is just tripping.
I'm still freaking out. I'm like, look, Dad, there's ants in the car. I'm freaking out. My dad is a very, like, I would say rather calm and collected person. I've never heard him shout. The thing is, he was probably already upset after hearing my tennis performance.
He's gonna beat you now. I paid too much money for you to go 0-6.
He was probably already upset. He probably heard from my mom. My mom probably texted my performance to
like, boy, he's terrible. He's trash. We need to put him up for adoption.
my dad. And he was probably upset that I literally lost every single match after probably pouring in thousands of dollars into me for tennis. He snaps. There is no ants in the car.
Yeah.
When you hear your parent for the first time actually snap after you never heard them snap,
It is so scary.
I stopped crying and I just felt scared. I'm standing there looking at him in my underwear.
With the BBL.
I forgot you were in underwear.
I pick up my clothes and I just walk into my room. You know when you're ever so upset, I don't leave my room for like the rest of the day. I don't.
Yeah, I know that feeling. This is super random. Maybe I'll make story times one day. But there was one day I was in third grade. I was about to get jumped by like 7, 8, 5th graders, and I had to run home. I jumped over my fence. They tried to get my fence. I was hitting them with the left, right. Went in, closed the door. My mom came outside with the pan, like, y'all get up out! Y'all get up out! And I remember, bro, I took that shower, put on my tidy whities. Mind you, I'm in third grade. I was just laying there like, oh God, why me? Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
I don't go for dinner. I don't go for
I know
nothing.
exactly, bro. I know exactly the feeling, bro. Because I went through this exact same thing. Except my room was clean because my room was dirty, but I would have got whooped again.
I literally just spend the rest of the day in that room.
Did you even grab clothes to wear? Did you just stay in your underwear in your room just face down on your bed?
Do you think you were gently tweaking, or do you think they're
if I
actually
was
there?
no, there would definitely answer the car.
If I was an ant, bro, and I saw your dad looking for me, I'd be terrified, bro.
But that is the scariest moment. What about you guys?
Mine's kind of like, you guys are here for this. This is when we went on the isolated trip. It was generally kind of terrifying. We're all hiking, you know, all of us hiking together.
Okay, so this is his friend. So they're all going to tell a story. What I got to do to tell a story, Sock? When can I tell my story, Sock?
Me, Socks, and Oof went to go hike up this huge mountain. It's like 30 miles up, and this little tiny cabin.
Yeah, we were going to the most isolated, in quotations, hotel. This was just like a fire lodge in the mountains.
Literally, that little tiny house. So
I mean, what was the objective? The goal is content? Got to be content.
we decided to all climb up.
Or y'all just rich and bored. It's one or the two. It's not really in between.
Dude, Oof is pacing ahead and I'm dying. We reach one checkpoint, we take a few breaks and we refuel with the water. We filter out the water, and we gather more water and we sit down and rest. We go to the second checkpoint.
That's where it really started to kick in. You were already at your breaking point, and we pushed you beyond.
Yo, they
Literally
whipping him.
beyond. Like, I literally don't even remember anything. The sun was dropping and we decided, because we had a flight the next day, we decided if I go, we were going to take too long and we're going to miss our flight. We had to be there tonight. You can't hike in the dark because we're going to be on like this dangerous mountain, and if you slip and fall in the dark, you're just done.
Right, I can see that.
We can't afford to make mistakes in the dark. We decided it was best for everything and everyone if I stayed behind and camped out at the third checkpoint. I was like, okay, bet. I'm okay with that.
As Oof and I were hiking, I was like, I had to sit down multiple times. It was tough.
Yeah, so imagine me on there. We would have been there for an extra 24 hours. And the thing is, we were so high up that there's no animals, nothing. And it was also a wildfire going on, so it was hard to breathe. Like, there was smoke everywhere. No, and like, there's no one around us. It's just wilderness. And I decide, okay, I'm gonna camp this out. They end up leaving. It's still so
Yo, what? So they left a man behind?
much sunny, but like the sun is dropping. While they leave, I could hear their voices slowly, and like disappearing.
Dude, that's scary.
Up, all the way up in the mountains. I was all alone.
Dude, okay, looking back at it, that's probably the stupidest thing we could have done.
I lay down and like I slide over it, resting on my cheek. I'm like, huh. I open my phone. Zero signal, bro.
No bars.
Nothing. As the sun dropped, it was
I ain't gonna lie, man like me always got something to download on Netflix for this exact situation, accompanied by a portable battery.
pitch black.
We took 99% of all the batteries and lights because we needed it if it got dark during the hike. We stripped Nadway. We left him with basically nothing.
Only thing they left me for was just a little peanuts. That's all they left me with.
Oh, dude, those peanuts were so good, bro. Oh my gosh.
I really have to go pee. I open up the tent, nothing. My eyes are not receiving any light. No light is reflecting off my eyes because it's just darkness.
There could be bears.
I turn on my phone flashlight. I actually took a video. I would turn on my
Oh shoot.
phone flashlight to go pee, and I just go like to this nearby log and just pee, and like I quickly hop back in the tent because I'm like, no, at least this tent will protect me somewhat. While I'm sitting
No, it won't.
in the tent. I'm just staring at the ceiling of the tent. I'm like, what if they don't come back?
Oh no, you start tweaking.
If they don't come back, what am I gonna do? I'm stuck on this mountain. I don't know my way back. So I'm like, okay. Try not to think about it. Let me just sleep. And then when I wake up, they'll be here. I hear this cicadas and something. And I open my eyes. It's the morning. And no one is there. What time is it? What is happening? Oh my God. I was definitely tweaking. I'm like, no, bro. I have to sit here for how long? There's nothing to entertain me. I'm just sitting in that tent all alone.
By the time we hiked up, we didn't get there till like really late at night.
They had like a nice time up there. I was suffering. I didn't know, dude. The scariest feeling ever is just not knowing what's happening with your friends. I wish we had some form of communication, but we don't.
Yep, next time, walkie-talkie.
How did we not think of that? What?
You know what here? That brings me the biggest happiness ever. I hear a whistle. I don't know who blew that whistle.
That was me.
Yeah, I instantly jumped up and I was like, I felt
Look like it. I would have been hyped. I would have been hyped. What?
the greatest like relief and joy I've never
I would have been like, Sack!
received in my life. I'm like, oh, they didn't forget about me.
They survived just for me.
The feeling of isolation hits you when you're in that state.
What'd you do? Did you just stare at the tent wall?
All I did was sleep and stare at the ceiling. That's literally all I did.
Natawa's story is a little bit scary, but mine's even scary. I even have like a scarier story, which is hard to top. Back in my day, I used to go to a Chinese school, and since it's a Chinese immersion school, they had us do a whole bunch of like Chinese culture and stuff. And one of my classes was Chinese dance. And so you can imagine me, a little white boy American, you know, doing Chinese dance. It's not my thing. I was a pretty good student in school. I got like, you know, A's and I got like 1B, but Chinese dance. Oh my gosh. I got a C one time. Listen, this is super scary. Listen, guys.
There's a rule in Asian culture. A is average, B is bad. C, you're gonna die.
This wasn't even a report card. This was on like an interim. It's
Oh, yeah, Asian parents. That's crazy.
a progress report just to see how your kid's doing. And I'm like, oh my God, I've never had a C before. Like, I gotta bring this back to my parents. They're gonna kill me. I've never had a C.
Why would you snitch on yourself?
I put it in my book bag and I went home and I slept with it under my pillow and I was like, I hope it changes to an A. I hope it
Yo, what?
changes into an A.
Oh, you might accidentally like spill some magic sauce on it and it just transforms into an A.
I wake up, I'm like, oh my God, it didn't change. What am I gonna do? My parents know, like they got an email saying interim just sent out. So
nah,
they
when
were
you legit. You do a lot of silly things. Let's see. When it comes to report cards, I remember my older brother. He put his report card in his mouth and chewed it. Yeah, I didn't know what he thought was gonna happen, but
expecting me to give it to them. My mom, she's looking at me and she's like, hey, Jackson, where's your report? Where's your interim at, man? And I was like, what?
I only bring your report cards back. What are you talking about, Mom?
She was like, well, your brother got one. He's in the same class.
oh my God, yo, I hate, bro. You should have got your brother. Y'all should have been in on it together. Come on, bro. You gotta have that communication relay if you're gonna pull something like that.
This is you. Where's yours at? I'm like, oh, Mom, I don't know what that is still. I have no idea what you're talking about. And she's like, give me your book bag. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, okay.
She whips out the full name.
No, she said, oof is too short. Where's your
Oh my, you know when she flips out the it was too short? Oh, he's getting serious.
I literally thought I was gonna throw up right then and there. I was so nervous. I handed it over to her. She reads it off. She's like, oh, A in social studies. Oh, that's pretty. B in math. You could get that up. You know, it's okay. Maybe next time. C in Chinese dance? Are you a son of mine? No son of mine is gonna get a C in Chinese dance. I'm like, Mom, what do you mean? It's a Chinese dance. I can't dance like the Chinese do. Like, I'm not a dancer like that.
You know, what boy?
That's fair. That's fair enough, bro. Getting graded on dancing is a little crazy.
My wife, I just hit rip and I nay. That's all I do. She was like, young man, I'm gonna give you 2 days to get this grade.
2 days?
We don't even have a new dance in 2 days. And then she was like, I don't care. You're gonna go talk to your teacher. If you don't get this grade change, I'm taking your computer away for 2 months.
The fact that you even had a computer at that age is crazy too, by the way. Bro, okay.
That's the scariest moment in my life.
No Fortnite.
I was on my biggest Minecraft phase at this moment, but my mom took it away. It was 2 days. We did nothing in those 2 days. And I was like, Mom, so I will put my hand on the hot stove. I will do it, and you will be the worst parent ever. She was like, your computer's gone until your grade gets back up. So I didn't have a computer for 2 months. I sit on my phone watching YouTube, and it's okay. It doesn't suffice
Bro, he had a phone.
Minecraft, but it was okay at the time. The report card comes, and I look at the grade. I'm like, oh my God, it's a B. A B is okay. A B is okay for her. This was on a report card, so it's different.
Yeah, that's not bad.
This is the final grade. This isn't like the middle of the grade. This is one of the final grades for this quarter. She might beat me for this. The computer is not the only thing getting taken away. My life's getting taken away. I give it to her. I'm like crying. I have tears falling on the paper. I'm like, Mom, I got a B. And she's like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'm like, what? What do you mean that's fine? You took away my computer for 2 months for a 79? Are you serious?
Oh, you got a 79? Nah, that's grits.
You gotta be. It's okay. I don't care.
That 1% matters, bro. You don't
The
understand, bro.
1% made me get a C, and it's because I didn't have my hand movement right or whatever. I didn't put my foot in the right spot. Literally, what happens is I get my computer back. I get back on my Minecraft account, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can finally complete my game. Thank you, Mom. And that was the scariest moment in my entire life. I didn't have a computer for 2 months.
I couldn't even imagine my life without a computer.
Sorry now for outbeating you in your story. I'm sorry.
I do have a scary story about a dentist. I actually went to the dentist. So when I was like a kid, I had a filling in my
boy is a cup of orange juice or mango juice or pineapple juice. Sometimes it's maybe a citrus.
baby teeth. This is when I was a baby.
How do you get filling into your baby teeth? It's gonna fall
I
out.
was like 7 years old, right? And I went to the dentist and then they told me I need a filling. But it wasn't only one type of filling. You know, they put like the whole crown over your tooth. When my tooth, when it was wobbly and it was like a baby tooth and it fell out, my filling fell out in the dentist and I nearly choked.
Oh my
and
God.
I nearly died.
That's crazy.
They tried to kill you.
Your teeth were in such bad shape, they just try to take you out.
As an American who eats a lot of candy and whatever, I've actually never had like a cavity before.
Anyway, I'll go on to the real story.
Oh, that was a warm-up.
You need an appetizer before the meal, you know what I'm saying?
So basically, I was a little juicy with my little school backpack. So that we sat down in the classroom and then the teacher comes in and goes, so we are gonna go to boat school.
Boat school?
In primary school, they took us to boating school.
Are we talking like kayaking or are we talking like boats? Like sailboats?
Yes, sailboats. We arrived at the boating school with the class, you know. I went to school with my cousin as well. So I pedaled with my cousin. We was dressed up in our dungarees.
Dungarees? What are dungarees?
You guys never seen these?
Yo, what?
Over here, it's called waiters.
I put these on, strapped on my life
Dungarees, bro?
jacket. I was prepared. I was ready to sail my boat. So we got on this boat and we had to do like set up the sail and stuff like that. I was enjoying myself. I was sailing the boat. I was a proper sailor. I always felt like a pirate.
One Piece.
Subscribe to the channel or I'll make you walk the plank. Until there was an iceberg. I'm joking. Okay, it wasn't. It wasn't an iceberg. It was a big bush in the way.
Like seaweed?
There was a small island. There was a bush on the island, and I couldn't swerve out the way. And you never guess what? We went crashing into this bush. The boat capsizes, flips over. I fall off the boat, and
But just, do you know how to swim?
I was like 8 or 10 years old. But don't worry, it wasn't actually in the sea. It was like a pond.
How do you hit a
Okay.
stationary bush?
Listen, I tried to steer out the way, but you know, boats, the steering is reversed. So it caught me off guard, and I veered into the bush, capsized, and I'm floating in this.
Better than me. I don't know how to do that at all.
See my little life jacket. I'm like, save me, please. The people are looking at me and laughing. They're like, oh, Juicy capsized.
They're laughing at you?
Paddling my little arms and my legs. I'm like, no, save me. But I had a life jacket. I was floating. I was chilling. I was okay. And then the lifeboat came over. I got saved. I was fine. And then I had a nice Sunday roast that evening.
That is the scariest thing I've ever heard Joe say. A Sunday roast.
That was scary, Juicy. I
It wasn't really that.
pee my pants. I'm not even lying.
Ooh, that's gonna be hard to beat. Anyone else nearly drowned?
I didn't nearly drown, but I've had a couple near-death situations.
A couple?
Tuxie, are you safe in Canada? Do you need to move down to the United States?
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like there's been like a lot of situations where you don't realize they could have died, but like you probably
Yeah,
could
it's
have
probably
died kind of
a lot.
situations, you know?
I think there's a lot of those going around.
Talking about?
Like you're just so naive as a little kid, you don't even recognize it.
Have you ever ran across a road without really looking both ways when you were
Nah,
younger?
No,
That's
my
nuts.
parents taught me. They raised me good. They valued my life.
I went to go cross the road to get KFC with my dad, and I ran out in the middle of the road, and he had to come save me.
I actually had some.
Now, my little brother almost lost his life like that. I remember one time he was about to cross the road. There was a car coming about 90 miles per hour. We was playing across on the other street. He was trying to come to that street, but there was a car coming, and I remember our babysitter had grabbed his hand before he leapt into the road, and the car went right in front of his face. And I was like, bro, he almost died. That's crazy.
Something similar happened, pretty much. I went to my friend's house, had a wonderful time. We were playing Lego Star Wars at his house. We ended up going on a walk because my mom was picking me up from a certain location. We were walking over to where my mom was picking me up. I think it was actually at a park. You know when you're a little kid, you get overly excited when you see your parents again? Like after like being away from them for a period of time?
Dude, I used to always cry in elementary school whenever my parents dropped me off.
I got super excited that I saw my mom that I kind of ran across the street without looking both ways and not really thinking about it. And when I ran across the street, my friend's parent was
Yo, what is going on? Why do I keep being sent to heaven?
yelled at me. I couldn't hear her because I was already running across. As I ran across, I hear a right behind me.
Yo, 100 points. I got him.
Then he looked at his scoreboard, and he actually didn't hit me. In that moment, I realized that I almost got hit by a car and probably would have died.
Yo, the crying is crazy.
Because I was like 5 years old.
You were almost not here to tell us what happened.
So happy you're here, Tuxie.
I have a story. Ooh, did you
Got a little quake.
also get hit by a car?
No.
I can change that.
Juicy might relate to this story.
I'm sure I will.
I was on a lake fishing, chilling around the bay, you know, moving and grooving. Guess what happens? We're like, oh, there's a storm gonna happen. Big storm, ginormous storm. The pontoon stops working, and we're in the middle of the bay, and we can't get back.
Swim, Muffin.
We couldn't swim.
You don't know how to swim?
I was like 7. Pontoon boat is a fattish boat that relies on floats to remain buoyant.
That boy gave us a science lesson mid-episode.
These pontoons contain much to reserve buoyancy.
Are you reading WikiHow right now?
It was all from the brain. Didn't look it up at all.
This is the biggest storm of the year. It's coming at us. We have no power. We can't run the boat. So what do? We call the guy.
The guy?
We tried everything to fix the boat and nothing was happening. My dad was freaking out that we're all gonna die. Come pick up our boat and drag it to our little abode. You know what the big problem is? He's on the other side of the lake. You know how big this lake is? Off the dome, it's 207 square
Oh my God.
miles.
That's bigger than 2 feet.
That's a big lake. It's miles long, all right? So he's on the other side of the lake, and the storm is like 5 minutes away from us. I thought we're all gonna die. We wait. Then the boat guy, like, I forgot. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, what if he came and brainwashed you guys?
But what if he's actually a skinwalker and then ate you?
What if he's the reason the storm was there, actually?
What if he's the airbender?
What if it's
Hey.
Juicy?
Whoa, it's me.
Juicy came to us literally the last second. Not even lying to you guys. The storm was giant. There was white caps. The storm was crazy big. And he saved us the last second before he got hit.
Yes, I did. What can I say? I'm so strong.
As Juicy was going back to his place, he drowned. The boat like broke because of the storm and he died. That's the story. Scariest moment of my life.
Hey, if you guys enjoyed any of those stories, make sure to subscribe to all my friends.
Oh, that was W. Yeah, okay. That was W. If you guys enjoyed this right here, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys want me to react to. This is pretty good. I can see myself reacting to some more socks. Let me know if y'all want more, bro. Make sure y'all. Yeah. Let me. Why are you still here, bro?